Hello everybody, Andy here again. Well, as you might be able to hear, I'm down on the beach just to annoy some people. I know people do enjoy these sort of beach vlogs of mine. I've been very lucky actually recently. Every sort of Saturday afternoon seems to be bright, glorious sunshine, which is very unusual for Britain, as I've always moaning about. Last week I did actually come down here and did record a couple of vlogs down on the beach, but the wind was so strong that I had to abandon them. So anyway, today I was going to talk about another one of those things that sort of come out in some of the videos that I've done. And something I did tackle about a year ago, but the video only got a very few amount of views. I don't know why that might be. But about what we're doing here, and sort of talking about the past and the future, and that we're, you know, making history and looking back at your past, and what we're doing now is going to be the history. But in my opinion, we are making history. Us little people, I mean, obviously big world events, big world leaders and that have a greater influence on the way we look at history, the history that we're taught in schools, that we read in books, newspapers, videos and all that sort of stuff. But we, in our own little ways, make our own history. Our sort of family history is something that I've spoken about a fair amount in my time. And we all have our own part to play in our own history. I was reading something the other day about micro-celebrity, which I'll probably tackle in another video, but it sort of got me thinking about this as well, is that we all have a bearing. Everybody's life touches somebody else's life. So your history, doesn't matter who you are, whether you're the President of the United States, the Prime Minister of Great Britain, or just a humble vlogger like myself or like yourself, we have as much bearing on history as anybody else. One man, or one person should I say, can make that difference, as we've seen before. It might be an ordinary person, if you want to put that in inverted commas, or it could be someone who's famous, you see what I mean. So we're here, we're documenting things here on YouTube and on other sites as well. By making these vlogs, we're creating history, but we're recording history as well, and that's something that I don't think any other generation has had quite that ability to do. Yes, we've always had sort of photographs, people have written diaries, they've recorded things, but I do think this sort of video logging, this sort of video blogging, vlogging, whatever you want to call it, takes this whole thing to a completely new level. Before, the histories we've tended to read have been about those important people, those famous people, those big world movers and shakers as they call them. But now, we're all recording our own bit of history. These videos that I'm making now, they might not be a great deal for my children to look at, but they will remind them of something. And even if I look back at these videos, if I'm around in 20 years time, I can look at those and they record part of my life. They record my life as it was then, as do your videos. That's why I like taking pictures of the beach, doing the walks and things like that. Those things may not be there in 20 odd years time, 10 years time. The world changes so fast, we all change so fast, people come and go, everything comes and goes, doesn't it, like the seasons. So I think this is a great opportunity for all of us, every single one of us, to make our own contribution to recorded history. We make our video blogs, our vlogs, we go out in the country and make all our different types of videos that we do. We keep those, they're up now on the internet for everybody to see from all over the world, from different countries. That's something different, I think, than what we've done before. So go away and think about that. You are making history. Every single one of us is making history. So go out there, record your thoughts, because our thoughts change, don't they? Something I've tackled in the video I've just made actually. The way that things change, the way that we change our opinions, our thoughts, etc. They change over time. So you might be able to look back and think, well, hey, did I really look like that? Did my hair really look that bad? You know, you've seen videos like that. I don't think the noughties, as they call them, is maybe quite such a bad decade for hairstyles and sort of fashion styles as maybe the 60s, 70s or 80s maybe were. But I'm sure that all these things will come back to haunt you in days gone by. But if we don't record these, we don't record them for posterity, for our children, for whatever, that history will have gone. This is a living history. I talked recently about languages disappearing. Well, people can disappear as well, sort of races of people, native peoples in other countries that we never get to see. If we didn't have video, we might never see them at all. We might never knew that they existed. If you make a video, at least you would have made your mark, and someone in years to come might stumble on your video on YouTube or in a dark attic somewhere, put it on, and there's me or there's you, and I think, oh, that was an interesting life, he looked like a decent enough bloke, I'll never have met him otherwise. So give that some thought, get out there, make your own videos and make your own contribution to your history, to your family's history, to your country's history, and maybe into world history, but to somebody's history anyway. Anyway, thanks for your time, I'll speak to you again soon. Goodbye.